growing plants on Earth, as you know very well, is hard enough, but growing plants in such infertile soil as moon dust, well, that's something researchers are actually trying to do, and really, they succeeded, at least on Earth, where there is gravity and atmosphere and abundance of water. But they're also trying to translate this success on Earth into success on the moon. And so researchers are really pushing that these days, and it's kind of the next big step of space exploration, possibly.
Wow, moon farms. That sounds kind of fantastical, but we're a step closer.
We're one step closer by being thousands and hundreds of thousands of miles away on Earth.
So would you like to be a moon farmer?
A moon farmer. You know what? I seriously would love to live, and I don't mean live my whole life, but at least live long term in space or outside of Earth. I would love to be one of the first space travelers. If Elon Musk came up to me, I know your hatred of him, but if he did come up to me and said, let's go to Mars, I would probably say, all right, let's do this. Let's go to Mars. And I would die, but I would be happy.
I will cheer you on every step of the way.
Thank you.
But I won't join you.
What's so fearful about space?
I don't know. I've just had this recurring nightmare where I sort of wake up in this dream and I'm outside of the Earth's atmosphere, just floating. And I can see the Earth, but of course there's nothing I can do. I can't get back there and I'm terrified. Are you good at growing plants, or do you know anyone who is a green thumb?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm good at keeping plants alive. I wouldn't say that they thrive under me, but they don't die. I don't know anyone with a super big green thumb, like, give them plants and they're gonna be perfect forever. But yeah, a couple friends I know back in the States, they are good at creating sort of environments for the plants to do better. Better than what I can do.
I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. My mother and my grandmother, they were excellent gardeners. Real green thumbs, could make a plant live longer than it should have lived. I don't know how I have failed to inherit this ability.
Well, that's only time will tell if you will ever get that ability back.
Maybe it comes later in life.
Why do you think growing these lunar plants is actually going to help increase the length of space travel, or at least be the next big step in space travel?
It reminds me of a movie that I really loved called The Martian. And it is a book as well, but the movie was great, starring Matt Damon. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And in the movie, he gets lost on Mars and he's got to survive for a certain amount of time before they can come back to rescue him. So he ends up figuring out a way to actually grow food, I think potatoes, in the Martian soil. And he's the first person to ever grow plants in space, and it's how...
Also, first person to staple their own stomach on TV. That was...
I do remember that
fun. A fun little part. And I was like, do you need to staple it? Like, can't you... I guess stapling is quicker than sewing.
Probably less painful in the long term.
In the long term,
just one big.
Ooh, yeah, that was a fun scene. Yeah, I also think, like, of course, with houseplants, they're not going to give you enough oxygen. But if you are able to grow an entire greenhouse full of plants, you will have the ability to start at least upping the oxygen levels in that area. And also as natural air filters, they will help a little bit more in that way. But yeah, I think food is a big one. Transporting food from Earth to space is way too expensive. If you can grow it there, it's gonna be much better. But I don't know about mustard. Eating only mustard for who knows how long.
Yes, I don't think I've tasted mustard greens.
I did not know mustard greens was a thing. With that note, let's go ahead and look at the vocabulary, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Green thumb.
Green thumb.
Lunar.
Lunar.
Scratch the surface.
Scratch the surface.
Scrawny.
Scrawny.
Odds.
odds,